this Maharashtrian family always has a very big challenge of starting a business.
Yes.
Because like other communities, Maharashtrian community is a very conservative community where it comes to doing their own business. Our whole generations before my father, they have always been in some kind of service or doing really well renowned jobs, very well educated people, but never took risks of doing business.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Insights with Midas. Today we are here to welcome Aniruddha Ranjekar, a person who is an amazing blend of tradition and innovation in the reality of the real estate industry in Pune. Let's hear more about this journey of building his own legacy and taking his entire dream forward. I hope you enjoy this episode today and watch it till the end. You're the second generation entrepreneur, and I think what most students today, especially at Midas, are focusing on are building their legacy and creating their identity. And you joined in 2009 your business. How has that journey been of you actually inducting yourself into the business, changing the entire scenario and bringing it up?
Well, there have been so many things those have happened throughout my educational career, and as you rightly said, I was a very sincere student and a very good student. So I was always scared of having less marks. You know, that's a typical competitive attitude I had, that I had to score so much in 10th standard, 12th standard, get admissions in a very good college on my merit. I never wanted my father's help to get me admitted to any good organization. And I was actually fond of studies. I loved studying. I still do like learning new things, but now I've decided that I will not give any exam anymore now.
Right.
I'm done for my life for the exams. I'll keep on learning things. And in that process, when I did my engineering, I completed my civil engineering from MIT, and I thought that if I had to do my own business, I think we need some managerial skills in the business, because what happens is most of the engineers have very good ideas, but they are very poor executors when it comes to business, because they are crazy behind their ideas, but they are not very crazy behind the execution, cash flow, or I mean the most important thing in any business is that you must understand the cash flow of the business. And if you don't manage it well, then how, I mean, even if you are a great engineer, you're not going to help your company at all. So I thought I must get into some managerial cadre where I'll actually it will help my business to manage it in a better sense. So I went to US. I did my master's from University of Maryland, College Park, and I mean, I was always a good student, so I felt that this much of education was not enough for me. I completed my master's, and then I went into a whole new journey of becoming a professor in physics.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So in US, it's a very odd example for a businessman to be telling, but I was walking on the streets in Washington DC, and I had no on-campus job, so I was looking for a job, and I happened to meet one gentleman over there, and I had a dinner with him, and I didn't know that he was a professor in my university. So he asked him, what are you doing? So I said, I'm doing my master's in civil engineering, but I'm doing more in a management skill, so that if I can go back, I can do my business. But I'm looking for an on-campus job, but I'm trying to find it because, you know, in US, you have to earn, do your own expenses and all that. So he said, what do you do? So I'm a civil engineer. So he said, can you teach physics? So I was like, yeah, I mean, why not? So are you confident? So can I ask you a couple of questions? So he asked me a couple of questions about resonance movement and all that things at that time. It was a very scary thing for me, having a dinner and answering physics questions. And couple of questions I was not able to answer. And he asked him, so what are you going to do with these questions? So I said, you didn't tell me that I have to answer it right now. So I'll just go home, I'll study and I'll teach you tomorrow. So he was like, this is why I like Indians. You please come tomorrow to University of Maryland. I'm appointing you as my teaching assistant. And I joined his organization. And in US, they teach physics in all experimental way. So the third law of Newton or any magnetic moment, it is taught with an example. And there used to be a program called Physics is Fun, and in which we actually used to interact with students like you, where I used to drive a bicycle with an oxygen cylinder behind and showing them how thrust works, that aeroplane goes up,
Right.
and all those things. And I started enjoying it so much that I called up my father one day and said that I would like to do PhD in physics.
Oh,
My
wow.
father said that you are getting useless now. So he said that now you become more useless, please think of our business. So I spoke to my professor at that time. I said I really love doing it. So it was a very good advice he gave me that time. He said that you can be teacher at any point of time in your life, but the business opportunity you have right now will not be there in your hands when you will be 50 and you will repent. And that day actually I came back. I joined my father's business. I completed my master's in construction management, and for 3 years I was teaching physics to students. I used to find students, please come and learn from me.
Back in India.
Back in India, yeah, back in India.
Nice.
Yeah, but that has been a huge turnaround in my business journey and my educational journey. But however, I never felt that I'll be able to do a very good businessman, because I always thought that I was very straightforward. The first day I came in, and I was sitting in my office, and you know how our corporations work or bureaucracy works, and I was scared. I said I cannot handle this. I mean this is not taught to me in my college. Engineering is not going to help me sanctioning the plan. So how I'm going to survive? But somehow I persisted, stayed there, and I personally feel, it was a very good introduction made by one of your students here, that you have made this as a Gurukul and you are actually motivating people to get into their family businesses, grow their family businesses. You know, I personally feel that it's high time that Indians think this way. Most of the students are willing to go outside, abroad, do their careers, build their careers over there, but most of the people feel that I don't want to do my family business. You are doing a great job by motivating them. We need many more students like you. And he used a very good term, that it's like a Gurukul. But I always say with Parag uncle, it's a Gurukul with very cool guru. so that's a very, very good thing you are doing. And then actually I thought that perseverance was the most important thing, and then the whole journey followed. But it has been a big journey for me to be sitting here as a builder in front of you, or a real estate developer. But I would have been a physics professor otherwise.
You being a theatre performer, because I think that was a huge part of your childhood. I think, and it's not still left you. I think you have not left theatre. Please talk about that.
So I personally feel that if I don't get involved in theatre, I won't be able to work, because it's like meditation for me.
Yeah.
Going on stage, working on a role is something has always fascinated me since my childhood, and I still keep on doing it. I've tried to find time every year between July to November, in which my wife says that now I'm going to divorce you. Because after office, I normally find time to write some scripts, some stories, then develop on a role, work on it. And this has been almost 8th or 9th year after I've come back. I've performed every year on stage, and I will never let it go, because two things happen very importantly in your life when you're doing a theatre is that you get to explore a lot.
Yeah.
Second thing, it's the best way to express. And third thing, it's a stress buster for me. I personally feel that if you don't pursue a hobby along with your business, it's very difficult to give you a very good output in your business if your mind is not fresh. And it's a very good example, I'll tell you. I used to write very good scripts. In 2018, I wrote a script which got an award from Maharashtra government also. And in 2020, when COVID hit and the lockdown started, I said, wow, now I have so much of free time now. I'll write at least 4 or 5 stories now. And I could not write a single word because I had no work. at that time. And as soon as my office started, I wrote couple of more stories, because then I used to find that time stress buster, the creativity again came into the picture. So I personally feel that they complement each other really
So that's
well.
your balance in life.
Yeah. So
How did theatre enter into your life? Like, how did?
So my mother is actually bachelor's in dramatics, and theatre has always been a very important part in our life. My mother used to work a lot in theatre. Then my uncle used to work a lot in theatre. My father is a very good writer. So we actually are a very culturally strong family where it comes to drama and theatre. So that is actually by birth in me, I feel. And then everyone supports me very well in that, including my wife, my mother, my father. They encourage me. They always say that you please work, please do dramas, please take parts in competitions, because you stay happy by doing that. So that has always been an instrumental part in my life. Another thing I personally feel is by doing dramas or doing some kind of theatre activity helps you in public speaking also. And that is very important skill in your business. And in my business, where I have to deal with so many societies in Pune, every day it's like proving yourself, talking to them, explaining them, convincing them. So I feel that drama has helped, and it's not acting at all. But I think my public speaking has improved. I am a brave speaker, I guess, when it comes to putting my thoughts across.
Sure.
Yeah.
What part of the learning in the US have you used in your business?
After one point in time, I felt that education will not help you grow in business, but the culture, what you see, helps you grow in the business. And what I have learned from US is, most important thing is the discipline in your business. You take your business very seriously. What you do it the right way, the most precise way, and most importantly, do it very honestly. The kind of honesty, kind of transparency I have seen in United States, I personally feel that that's lacking in our culture over here. It's a very brave statement to say here, but I'm very proud to say this. I have not lied in my business even a single minute in my business. So I always feel that when you lie, you have to remember what you have said. If you speak the truth, if you speak heart out, then you don't have to remember. So that's what I have learned in US, that something, if you feel that cannot be done or you cannot do, you please respectfully say that I cannot do it. Accept your limitations and say no to things. Don't pretend that I can do it, maybe I can try it, let me at least understand it. No, I have not done it before. I will probably try doing it. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it. And this is what I've learned in US. So I personally feel knowing your limitations, I have learned in United States. It's very important to know your limitations and tell people that I don't know it. It's okay. You are not Brahmadev to know everything. Correct. Yeah. So I think honesty and transparency I've learned. And obviously discipline is very important. Cash flow, as I said, that doing things as per your resources.
Yes.
And that's where most of the businesses go wrong. We at times overestimate each other or overestimate our power or our abilities, and we try to go and deliver things which are out of our control then. So I personally feel that know your resources well, plan them, and just do it as per the plan and do it precisely and perfectly. That's where you will build the business the most successful way.
When you entered the business, how did you start working on your relationship with your father?
So it has always been like Darshan and Parag uncle.
Yes.
So we have always been best friends. So I always, I can always remember or relate to Anupam Kher in DDLG, Parag uncle or my father, because we were never scared of sharing anything with our fathers. And that's the blessing we have. Our father have accepted the way we are, and they have never forced us to do anything. They have just gave us our freedom to think what we would like to do, how we want to do it. So my father, it's very difficult, and I personally feel it's the most sane thing to do, which he is able to do it, but I don't think so whether I'll be able to do with my kids. But taking a back step in business is very difficult. When you have run a very successful organization for 20 years, one fine day your son walks into the office, takes the complete control of the office and start dictating terms, with the staff or with the decisions to be made in the organization, and actually respecting that is very difficult. When you are used to that attention of being a boss of the organization for 20 years, he has actually taken a back step, and I'm really glad for that, because he always said that you will be responsible for your successes. Whenever you will fail because of you, but you will have me to handle it. And that's the most important thing in any family business. Your father taking a back step, letting you do your things, letting you experiment with the business. I feel I am blessed to have a father like that, who actually could do that. So my relationship with him was very easy, and it's all credit to him that there was no resistance from him, or he never tried teaching me how to do things or how to run business. So I'm glad for that.
I can vouch for that, because I would remember him as one of the warmest people that you would meet.
Absolutely.
And so much fun to be with around. And we were just discussing that he's so full of energy that he can, actually change somebody's mood in seconds.
Yeah.
He's that sort of a guy.
Absolutely, and it's very important to have someone like that in your office, your organization, and as a partner with you. So I was just telling Pooja that there are days in your businesses when you are tensed, you are anxious, things don't go as per your wish, and I'm kind of a person, I'm a little impatient. I want immediate results. I want to change things very quickly. Something is not going well, I want to change it immediately my way. And he always keeps on telling me, see, it's time you have to give everything. Just wait and watch. It's like a test match. Leave some deliveries. You don't have to play every delivery. It's okay if you don't score runs on a day, but you're there on the pitch. You stand there. You don't lose your temper. You don't lose your wicket. And I've learned from him, and I still feel that I'm not good at it, because I'm really impulsive, and maybe that's my age also, to be impulsive, very reactive to things, or want to change things in a day. Probably I'll get that maturity as I grow older, but I think he has been a very cool and warming effect in my organization.
Nice.
So, Aniruddha, tell us about your initial years of starting. Like, what were the roadblocks that you hit? It can't be like a completely smooth journey, right? So what were the initial years and challenges that you faced?
Yeah, so basically we were, as Ranjekars, we were primarily known as a very good contracting company. My father is a hardcore contractor, civil contractor. He used to take contracts for big organizations like Hindustan Construction. If you go to Lavasa, about 80% of the work in Lavasa is being done by my father. I was in college back then. So I always have a very good always had a good construction background in-house. But the day today I'm sitting here as a real estate developer, when I came back from US, I always felt that contracting was not my forte. So taking contracts from someone else, getting it executed, and unfortunately in India, contractor is the person who is paid last. So people tend to find all the faults in the works. Then people don't pay you well, or they don't pay you on time. Recovery is the biggest challenge in contracting, and I have slogged my 6 years after coming from US, sitting in someone else's office for my payments that I have completed your building and please pay me. And then those engineers and all the big builders, then I won't name them. So there used to be some excuse here or there that the work was not done well. And in India, it's a very unorganized sector. At times, even we are helpless. Labor don't show up. They don't do things as per the client's wish. They don't deliver on time. So we used to lose money a lot, and I used to tell my father, I don't like going to someone else's office, sit there and explain why my work was delayed, or why I could not deliver, or I have delivered but why you are not paying me. So I don't wish to do it. So please let me take a break and I'll think what else to be done. So at that time, and this is about 2011, 2012, and at that time,
you were 6 years into it already.
Yeah, so I came back from US in 2010.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years I was doing contracting, but after 2012 I started losing my temper. I actually closed my contracting in 2017. I was doing contracting till 2017, but in 2013 the redevelopment sector in Pune was actually building very quickly, and I always thought that my forte is to give good product and sell it well. I am a very good salesman. I feel that if my intention is really good to deliver things, I think I can convince people, I can sell flats to people, and I can build that business what I used to feel. So for 1 year I was looking for a project in Pune market, and everyone was telling me, you are too young, you do not have any experience, and I don't think so you will be able to deliver, or at least we cannot trust you because you have no past experience to show us. So I was struggling every day trying to find at least a single job where I can deliver something. And one fine day, one of actually our family friend came to our office, and they had done some contract with some builder, and he was not delivering it, and they were fed up. So they were like, we are not able to do it, what to do? I told them, can I do it? So they said, but what experience do you have? So I said, you already have very bad experience with established person. So trust me. That's all I can tell you. So they said, okay, we'll trust you, but what guarantee you will give us? So I said that I'll do one thing. I'll construct the entire building and then I'll sell my first flat. Till then I will not sell it. So they were like, are you sure you will be able to do it? Yes, I said, I'm very sure. It was a family called Gadre in Sahkar Nagar. Right. And he actually gave his bungalow to me. Okay. And I was relieved that at least I have some project in my hand to show. And then that was the first time I actually went to Pune Municipal Corporation. I didn't know what to do and how to go there, things and how to approach people. But we did that project. I completed it because the construction was never a problem for us. I mean, we had a huge setup for construction. But building this relationship with Pune market was very important. That was the link I found. And then actually I started getting projects. Then you know how redevelopment works. One person sees your project, the next bungalow only tells you that you please redevelop mine. So I finished almost 2-3 projects in the same area. Okay. There was in Sahkar Nagar. Then I went to Aund. Then I came to Kothurud and doing now a lot of work in Kothurud. So the person who trusts you the first is the very important person in your life. And I feel I'm glad I met Mr. Gadre. He's no more now. But I always remember him that probably he's one of the person who has built my career.
So there is constant conversation about the kind of credibility you have been able to build, where people swear by your this thing. So I just want to know that after repeatedly doing this, and I just discovered that you probably have enough work for the next 10-15 years already with you. So what do you think is the foundation of building credibility? Because I think it's very important from our students' perspective also to understand that how did you take over and build this kind of credibility in a already conservative city like
and Kothurud is the most conservative place to work.
Exactly. So
And convincing people in redevelopment is absolutely difficult.
Right.
But I personally feel that honesty is the key in any business. It's not just redevelopment or being a builder or anything. I personally feel that building a credibility has to have a foundation of honesty. If you really have honest intentions, so I have gone in some projects out of my way to do something better for the people at cost of my profit. And it is very important that you put your customers first before your profit. If you have to think about your profit, it has to be a day zero of your project. When you take it up, you should be happy and satisfied with the profit which you are going to earn out of it. After that, in delivery, I have never seen my profits. I have always seen what my customer wants. I have always seen what best I can give them, and how I always feel that you say in business that you undercommit and over deliver. Yeah. So we have been doing it for last 8-10 years now. We are probably one of the biggest players in Kothurud right now with least amount of money spent on marketing. You will be surprised with my figure. We spend only 0.2% of our turnover on marketing. Only 0.2%. Rest everything is mouth publicity of our business, because I have delivered 670 flats till today. Since 2014-15, each and every customer of mine has my own mobile number. They can text me, WhatsApp me whenever they want. I am dealing with 800 people right now. All of them have my number. And I make sure I respond to them. It's very tiresome, I know, at times. But in a conservative market, your employee or your a person speaking for you and you speaking for your organization makes a very big difference. And I've been trying to actually percolate this through my staff, that customer has to be first. You cannot get irritated. At times people are very demanding and they are very arrogant with you. People feel that I've paid you 2 crores rupees, you are my servant. This is what they feel. But at times we also have to understand that someone who buys a flat, it's his first house and he's spending 2 crore rupees with you. It is very hard earned money he's giving you. So you must respect it, try and understand it. And at times people just want a very little attention. If you can just give them, then the rest all falls in place. And it's very important that your psychology and your philosophy of the business actually gets percolated to the lowermost hierarchy in your business. All your employees should know that my boss or my business owner will not tolerate any misbehavior with my customer. Obviously we cannot take everything, but at least my customer stands first has to be the motto, and that builds the credibility. I mean, if you just deliver every day, get up every morning saying that I am going to be honest to my work and going to give you the best of the products, then credibility will follow, I guess. I don't think so you need to do something different for that.
How important was innovation and thinking differently, finding the best of products in the market to use for your construction, importance from you today?
Innovation is very important because the field in which I work, redevelopment, it's all a number game. Every day we are into a competition that someone says that I'll give you 50% rise, other will say I'll give you 70% rise, someone will say I'll give you 100% rise. But what I feel is that after some point of time it's just a number. How you actually deliver it, the planning of your house, circulation of your house, how you can actually make a structure which is energy efficient, which is most important. Your MACB bills, your water bills, how you can use the solar energy into the building, how you can make more environmentally sustainable structure. You are doing something new that has to be good for your Mother Earth also.
Yeah.
So how you use that energy efficiently, how you can actually bring down the maintenance of the building. So we pay a lot of attention to that. And I personally feel that those have always been our selling points. So it's a very simple thing, but I always tell in all my projects, for last 9 years, none of our flats have a water geyser in their entire building.
So sustainability is very
because it ends up taking a lot of electricity. Right. The only simple innovation we did was whatever all 5-star hotels do or all the hospitals do, they put in all environmental friendly heat pumps which actually absorb energy from the atmosphere and heats up the water, and you are able to give water to even your wash basins with a hot. You go and see in Kothurut, you will end up buying a flat worth 2.5 crores, but they will say there is no hot water in your hot basin, wash basin. Yeah. And then the same person will go to his son in America and he is very amazed कि अरे उसके बेसिन को गर्म पानी आता है. It's not rocket science, it's a very easy thing. Yeah. But I am amazed and shocked that even today people sell houses with no such amenities.
Right.
So my whole motto has been, after coming from US, I always tell all Ajji Azobas who are in Kothurut that one day your kids will come and say that your house is better than mine in US. And competing with the global market is very important. Why India is treated as third world country, I don't like it. Yeah. All the parents used to tell their kids, तू इथं नको राहू, तू अमेरिकेला जा तिथे. I want to stop it. people should feel that we are getting same infrastructure like US. I know with the population and the all the challenges as a country we have, but we still have scope to match them. And we are able to match them. These days, really it happens that most of the customers now these days are from United States, Australia, UK, kids staying abroad, buying houses for their parents. They are so happy. They come and tell us that we have never seen such innovations in the building. And I think that's one of the biggest selling point for us right now.
So, one of a typical decision-making days for you, and how does that look for you at Ranjekar Realty?
What do you mean by decision-making day or something?
When you get up and there's a lot of things that are on your plate, how does a typical day that has a lot of things aligned for you look like for you?
You know, it's a business where you are always anxious. But one thing we have learned as an organization is that be most competitive, but never be compared with anyone else. We have never compared ourselves with anyone else. I mean, if you are my competitor and we are bidding for a project together, I will compete you till my last breath. I will try to beat you. But if you win, I will say congratulations, and I'll go back, I'll introspect, and I'll see where I lacked. I will improve and I'll come back stronger. And every day when I get up, I personally feel that today I should be better than the other day or the last day, what we have delivered. Whatever mistakes we have done, we should improve, we should eliminate them and move ahead.
The business that you are in,
yes.
Is there a lot of firefighting?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, the firefighting in terms of cash flow, because since the inception of RERA into real estate market, there have been tremendous restrictions on builders, which we are actually not used to. For the last 10-15 years, we have been doing a business through some channel or some kind of a typical way. But now RERA has some guidelines which is very difficult to manage, which actually restricts us from using our own money. So it's very important to manage your cash flow. So it's always like that. You have to finish your site on time. The money has to be there. You have to pay everyone on time. So getting that money on time, getting that whole arrangement done, managing cash flow, and still building next business for you. So every day we are doing this. Every day we are actually managing our resources. The inflation in India is also going high. I mean, firstly, we are completely dependent on UP and Bihar when it comes to labor forces, and now even governments over there are having huge projects. So there are less number of people coming here to Maharashtra now. So managing labor these days is becoming very difficult. So whoever comes to Pune is asking for almost 20%, 25% hike than the previous year's rate. So managing inflation, the firefighting in terms of inflation is the biggest thing in real estate. People always feel that builders sell flats at very high cost, but we are dealing with the biggest inflation we can ever face. So every day, there are the problems, but I think it's fun also managing that. And if becoming builder would have been easy, then everyone would have become a builder.
That's like more or less like the top of the food chain, basically. So, just one, I'm very curious about the whole redevelopment scene in Pune. So, generally redevelopment would have a lot of conflict or, amongst the members, etc. And like, how do you deal with those things, or do you deal with that, or do you come in after?
It's the most entertaining phase in our life. Whenever we are bidding for any project, since it's Pune, it's more here in Pune. Everyone is having some difference of opinion, and everyone wants to put across their own point. And every day we see these things that one person doesn't like the other one, and they say that, hey, mala माझ्या शेजारी नको आहेत. But then I keep on telling people that he is bad. How do you know that person to whom I will sell flat he is not going to be bad? So but we enjoy that discussion. मिस्टर शिंत्रे आमच्यावरती इतके वर्ष राहिलेले होते, आता आम्ही त्यांच्यावरती राहणार आहे, आम्हाला त्यांच्यावरचा फ्लॅट पाहिजे. हे असले these kind of arguments we listen to every day, and all societies have. I mean, if Pooja is saying some point, if I don't like Pooja, then I will say no, I disagree. And Pooja likes Ranjekar, I am opposing Ranjekar because Pooja likes Ranjekar. So the first duty for me is to tell Pooja that you please don't like me. because otherwise I will get the opposition from the other members. So yeah, it's the most entertainment and funny funny
So many
situations.
stakeholders now
Yeah.
coming together.
Absolutely. But these days, societies also they have become very smart. They're enjoying this tussle between the builders. So I always relate these builder fights with the board results. How many marks or what percentage did you get? People used to tell, na, my son got 99.5, my son got 93, 94. So these days all Ajji Azobas are sitting on the ground and discussing. आमच्या बिल्डिंगला 95% मिळाले, तुम्हाला किती मिळाले? So they are competing with each other, and the whole aim in their life is to get 1% more than Mr. Chintre. Yeah. So I always tell them that getting 95% is not important, or getting X offer is not important. How you get it is very important. And I would like to educate people on that. I run my own podcast also, where I actually tell people that if I'm giving you 100% rise on your flat, let's say your old flat was 1000 square feet, you're going to get 2000 square feet of carpet area, and the other person is going to give you only 80% rise, and he's going to give you 1800 square feet of carpet area. Are you going to go ahead with only 2000 square feet because you are getting more offer, or you will look into the plan how it has been given to me? At times 1800 square feet of flat is much better planned than a 2000 square feet flat.
Sure.
So after a point of time, the number is not important. What is important is that how you get it. If I give you 2000 square feet of flat and it's all rubbish plan, there is no cross ventilation to your flat, there is no light to your flat, it's of no use doing that redevelopment. And once I'll give you 100 square feet or 100% of rise, cutting my profits, then I'll start dictating you that this is the only plan I'm going to give you, otherwise I won't be able to achieve my area, so I'm not going to give you anything else. So I always tell people that you be flexible with offers. The whole redevelopment game in Pune has gone wrong because of that, because everyone finalizes the offer first and then they go for planning. I personally feel it has to be a reverse way. The society has to see what can be built on their plot, what best offer they can achieve, and then start bidding. Then that makes more sense, because building just house is not my role. Giving you the best possible house, following Vastu, following light and ventilation principles, giving you proper parking facilities. These days every family is having 2 cars.
Absolutely.
Where you will park so many cars with current norms? So much of FSI is available. I mean, most of the plots are not even able to consume the entire FSI, but people are behind the offers. And then eventually you go to Kothurud and you will find places where people are having flats of worth 4 crores, but their cars don't fit in parking slots. Then what's the use of that redevelopment?
So are you saying, like, for all the people who are going to be listening to this podcast, that when you do go in for buying a flat, look at what makes sense to you, your convenience, rather than only focusing on a number that you're going to get.
Absolutely. Eventually you are doing it to upgrade your life.
Absolutely.
Redevelopment is nothing but to upgrade your life. You must have all the good facilities, amazing planning, then you should enjoy the entire atmosphere of that building. Tomorrow it becomes a complete chaos, you don't have good space to park your car, and still people are parking car on the road, then what's the use of that redevelopment? We are already facing challenges with narrower roads, too much of parking on the road. Then as a builder, it is our duty to educate people that this is the best thing that you should. When actually we just spoke that 4 years back I bought Kia Carnival. It's such a big car. It doesn't fit in any of my projects. That's the genuine problem. So I always tell people, then you please list down your requirements. According to them, see what parkings you are going to have, what kind of space and circulation you have on your plot, and based on that you please do plan your project. Just don't go by numbers.
That's amazing. That's a very good insight. I think a lot of people would learn so much from listening to this. Everybody is
and even I have learned it the hard way. I never thought that car was so big that no parking agency was able to handle it. If you see that most of the redevelopments are on mechanical parking systems.
Correct.
So these mechanical parking systems are designed in a way that they cannot handle some of the vehicles.
Sure.
So you have to consider all these factors.
Yeah.
Coming to one question that I had in my mind was your sister works with the company as well.
Yes.
And your dad's still a part in his own way.
Absolutely.
So are these roles divided in any way?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Definitely, because my sister is an architect,
Right.
and she loves doing interior designing actually, though she's an architect. So we have given one portfolio of all the selection, material selection to her. So what kind of tiles to put, what kind of finishing is to be done to the lobbies, what kind of doors, what kind of lift lobbies and all that we design is all done by my sister.
Right.
So we have divided those roles. So
Do you interfere in that role?
no, because I personally feel that she is the best judge in that.
Right.
She's educated enough to take the best decisions for that. And in last few years, I always say that my biggest job in my company is to get projects now and getting them sanctioned and getting them rolling. Now
Right.
we have built a very good team that after the plan is sanctioned and project is actually started or commenced, even if I don't go on site, it just runs very smoothly.
So now you reached an automated state of affairs.
And that's the success I feel. That since I had done so much of contracting, I always had a good sense of how sites are to be managed. So I've continued my whole contracting team ahead. We have educated them. This is the way the site has to be run. These are the results we are looking at, and they exactly know what we like and what we don't like. So it has been a very good learning curve for us. So these days I am managing my business in much better way. I feel that getting things sanctioned, getting my cash flow right, getting my sales right, getting my commitments right, that is also very important. Whenever you take someone's building for redevelopment, handing it over back to them before committed timeline is very important. Most of the redevelopment projects actually go wrong there. They are delayed by a year and a half. Then it spoils the entire pleasure for a person who is staying there. He is looking for his dream home and he's just looking at the structure that is not finishing. So I personally feel that as a business owner, it's my duty that I hand it over to them in time.
Sure. So is it that you're better with respect to everybody at estimation, or why do you think others get delayed and
No, there are a number of factors, and most of the times I would say even builder is not at fault.
Right.
We are having so many challenges every day.
Sure.
There are some changes done in our government policies, then there are changes in the rules, then there are some VIP movements in the Pune, and suddenly they say that there is no concrete for next 8 days and we are sitting idle. So such scenarios do happen.
Sure.
But most importantly, I feel that we need to actually estimate well that, and considering these delays as contingency in our planning, and tell the customer that we are going to deliver. Let's say if you feel that you're going to finish in 24 months, let's say 27 months.
Got it.
3 months of grace is good enough. But you should be honest enough to tell exact what time you're going to say. Most of the people, while grabbing the project, they will say we'll finish it in 18 months. And it's not likely to happen. But once the document is signed, your building is demolished, then you have no choice but to go ahead with the builder. He'll finish it in his sweet own will.
Yeah.
So as a business owner, another thing when it comes to credibility is that sticking to your word.
Right.
If I'm saying 24 to 27 months, it has to be 24 to 27 months. I shouldn't be saying it that I will do it in 18 months just to get the project. And then tell them, no, there was a problem, then design is changed, and there is so much of problem in the city, the laws have changed. You cannot give excuses. If you say, you have to deliver.
And home is always an emotional buy.
Absolutely.
So you can't be playing with that part of it.
I have enjoyed this a lot. So the biggest challenge for a builder is to stay in his own building. It's the biggest challenge for the builder. So 3 years back, I actually built my own bungalow. So I moved out in a project which we had only built. And most of my builder friends actually made fun of me. Are tu Midas ka? Why are you going and staying in that building? Every morning someone will call you. Are माझा नळच खराब झाला है. My switch is not working.
Right.
For 2.5 years I was staying there. I did not even receive a single call of a complaint.
Amazing.
And I personally feel this is where my team has won. I don't think that I have won, but my team has won because they have understood what we are trying to deliver. And I actually could dare to stay in my own building. And people still call me, Are tu yet ja, let's have tea together.
Nice.
People call me over for lunch, dinner. builder after giving possession, someone calling builder for lunch or dinner is something. I mean, it's very difficult to get that in.
Unheard.
Yeah.
So finally, Ani, my last question.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to the new generation of entrepreneurs, family business owners who are joining their fathers? Any last thoughts on that?
I think give your best, because platform is there. Never feel that I am taking my father's help. It's never a help. You are blessed to have that platform. Building business from zero is definitely difficult, but taking business from 10 to 100 is even more difficult. I have gone through that challenge. That for first couple of years, I always had a fear that I will have that identity crisis, that I am Mr. Ranjekar Ranjekar's son, and I always kept on telling him that I don't want to get recognized as your son. I want to do something on my own. But then, after some point in time, when I have actually done so much of business now, I personally feel that platform has helped me. Today also, I meet people who tell me that we know your father, and he's a very good man. So I am assuming that even you must be following his footsteps. So that is very important to have. And building from 10 to 100 is difficult. Take that challenge and take it from 10 to 100. So you don't be shy of doing your own family business. Don't run away from it. Try to build as honestly as possible and transparently as possible. And I personally feel that people should remember for you what you did. And at the end of the time, I mean, everyone will earn money, but I don't think so everyone will earn respect.
Sure.
So try to earn that respect, I feel.
Nice.
Amazing.
So, Ani, this is your rapid fire.
Okay.
Try and be as rapid as possible.
I'll try my best.
So, one word your team would use to describe you.
Very passionate and crazy.
Your morning ritual.
Well, I do meditate in the morning, but the most important thing I do is that I actually get my daughters ready for the school. That's the first thing I do in the morning, and then do meditation.
Nice. Your go-to comfort food.
Well, food is comfort for me. I can eat anything but butter chicken.
Cheers to that. Nice. Not in public. A project you're secretly most proud of.
Well, I'm proud of all my projects, because I have never actually done any bifurcation in my mind that something is special to me. I think all my projects are special to me.
One.
Well, which I built in Ideal Colony. It's a project called Meghraj.
Right.
And actually that helped me build my business to a great extent. So yeah.
If not real estate, you would be
An actor.
your favorite city in the world and why?
Well, I just love San Francisco, and I just love that downtown vibe of San Francisco. I like the hustle bustle of the city.
A habit you're proud of.
Well, I'm workaholic. That I'm really proud of.
Favorite book, author or movie?
Well, I have an actor, Shah Rukh Khan. Yes.
Biggest risk you ever taken?
By the way, the movie I'll tell you, and it's very close to my heart. I just love 12th Fail. And I think it is one of the best movies I have ever seen in my life. And this is exactly what we have been trying to say in this podcast, perseverance.
Yeah, don't
Just
give up.
sticking to your dreams is very important.
Biggest risk you ever taken?
Doing a business. That's the biggest perk if you get as a businessman. At the same time, yes, it's the biggest risk also. You have to be very wise while doing it.
One leadership quality you admire the most?
About anyone. I think just taking care of your team and actually letting your team enjoy the success more than yours.
Favorite part of your job?
Earning money.
What's more difficult, starting a project or completing it?
But completing a project which we have started is the most difficult thing, because that's where people go wrong. I mean, they started with a very good vibe to it, and then they end on a very bad note. So finishing it on the same note is very difficult.
Who inspires you the most in your life?
My father, when it comes to business, yes.
One app you can't live without?
App? Well, probably Amazon Music or Spotify. Yeah, I tend to listen to a lot of music. Yeah, so
Early morning meeting or late night brainstorming?
late night brainstorming. I'm complete night person. Yeah,
A myth about real estate you would like to bust?
that all builders are not honest. I mean, I have always said that in any movie or any drama, you always see a builder to be a villain.
True.
So all builders are not like that. There are some good builders.
Of course. If you had 3 extra hours in a day, what would you do?
Act or do my theater activities.
Legacy in one word.
Well, something your next generation will be proud of, and they will remember for you for generations.
Today was such an insightful, beautifully blended session with Aniruddha. One of the things that I truly learned was second generation entrepreneurs have their own journey, a difficult one, but if done with honesty and a lot of integrity, you can win hearts, you can make a lot of money, and also make a name and legacy for your own family. I think today was very insightful in that way for me, and I hope and wish Aniruddha a very, very successful and joyful life ahead. If you all have enjoyed this beautiful episode today, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching us.